Well, after a week off, we're back talking Vikings Vintage. Uh, we had some things happen with the Vikings while we were while away. We will discuss about that. But plus, you know what? We'll talk about anything that you guys want to talk about.
Vikings, let's win this game. Skol Vikings, honor your name. Go get that first down, then get a touchdown. Rock 'em, sock 'em, fight, 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 fight. Go Vikings, run out the score. You'll hear us yell for more. V-I-K-I-N-G-S. Skol Vikings, let's go.
So we did talk about the Kyrie passing.
Yeah. Yeah. First and foremost, thoughts and prayers to his family, his friends, the Viking organization, and also the kids that passed with him. Prayers with their family. It was senseless. Senseless.
Well, with Uber and Lyft, there is no reason to drunk drive.
Exactly.
I hope she spends the rest of her life in prison.
Exactly. I did see this on Twitter. Somebody brought it up. Are the Vikings the most cursed franchise when it comes to player passings like this? I don't think they are, but we've had a few that.
Well, Corey Stringer.
Corey Stringer's the most obvious one.
Right. They've had players pass, but it's not like they've had someone die during a game. Wasn't there one team that had someone die during a game?
The one that died during the game was Chuck Hughes of the Lions.
Yeah.
In '71. We've never had. Carl Kaselke on his way to training camp ended up paralyzed. There was one player they had in the '60s, Terry Dillon. And for people that don't know, once the football season was over back in the day, you had to get a real job.
Yeah.
He worked on the Mississippi River with the barges, and I believe he was killed doing that. So, we've had our fair share of tragedies, but not as many as some others. But we've had our fair share.
Yeah, no, stop. I see that, but when did you have? In my opinion, there's no excuse to ever have one. But there was a time when there wasn't when Uber and Lyft weren't around.
It's nowadays you can get a ride, Uber, cab, whatever. You can get a ride, and I haven't heard anything about the person driving the other car. Have you heard anything?
They said they're still investigating. Okay. But isn't it always the person who causes it who never gets anything happen to him?
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it was just it's.
Were they wearing seatbelts or anything like that, or we don't know, or
don't know? But I saw some photos of the accident. The way their car was hit. If somebody had survived that one, it was good. They when they hit the car that Kyrie was in, they hit it.
Yeah, that car was destroyed.
That car was destroyed. So they had to be going pretty damn fast.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just.
Does the Vikings get anything for that? From the league?
No.
Did they get an exception to sign another player or anything like that? Salary?
Well, they have a roster spot open, so yeah.
But does his salary not count against?
Did he even sign?
Yeah, but the money is still there. But yeah,
Yeah, did he? I don't even know if he signed a contract. He was at the mini camps. You don't have to sign until before training camp. I don't think none of the draft choices are signed.
Yeah. Well, not speaking of that, another thing I've been watching a lot lately, and I just didn't have time to set it up. I kind of wish now I did. My other monitor is I don't know if you've been on YouTube a lot. You know they've been showing a lot of Andre Ware's preseason with the Vikings.
Why? I've seen that. Why?
I don't know.
I
It was what
don't.
94.
Yeah, 94. Yeah,
So,
he was here in preseason 94 with Warren Moon, Brad Johnson. Um, that's it. Yeah.
yeah, 94 was the only year he was.
Oh, wait a minute. Gino Toretta was on that roster too.
That was a waste of a pick.
Yeah, Gino Toretta,
Well, I'm not. I mean, he was a 7th-round pick, so
Heisman Trophy winner, 7th-round pick. I'll tell you what, he played a preseason game in 93. We played the Chiefs. And he looked pretty damn good. I was like, okay, should nothing work? And we had Jim McMahon at quarterback. I was kind of like, you know what? Give Toretta a shot. Put him out there and see what happens. Well, yeah, thankfully they didn't because it could have been.
It's amazing though how many Heisman Trophy quarterbacks have actually been good.
Have made it?
Well, have been good.
Oh, let's see. Well, recently, who won the Heisman?
Did Lamar Jackson win?
Didn't Trevor win the Heisman?
Trevor Lawrence? I don't think so.
Baker Mayfield did, right?
Yeah, I believe Baker Mayfield did.
Okay. God, the last one I can think of, a Heisman Trophy quarterback that played well in the NFL was. It's been a minute.
Yeah,
it's been a long minute.
Jalen Daniels.
Okay.
He just won it.
Yep.
So we'll see how he is.
Yep.
See. Let me see. So starting for let's see. So the first quarterback obviously was Behringer. Let me see. I'm sorry. The quarterback, Davey O'Brien, TSU. He was the first quarterback. Angel Bertelli.
Staubach won it, but he spent 4 years in the Navy, so he didn't play. Staubach didn't play right away.
Paul Horney was okay. Terry Blake, 62. Jason Hortz from Notre Dame. Gary Bellin, UCLA. Jim
Plunkett at Stanford, yeah.
Pat Sullivan.
He was terrible. He was with the Falcons.
Let's see. Doug Flutie.
Flutie did better in Canada than he did in the NFL.
And Doug Flutie pretty much won it because of that one play, I think.
Yeah.
So then they won back so after Doug Flutie was Vinny Testaverde.
Next.
Didn't have a great career, but it was long. Harbaugh finished third. Steve Young finished second the year before Doug Flutie won it. John Elway finished second the year Herschel Walker won it.
Yeah, that was the big one. That one could have went either way.
McMahon finished third the year Marcus Allen won. So it looks like guys who didn't win the Heisman had better careers than guys who did. So Testaverde won it. Harbaugh third. Don McPherson finished second behind Tim Brown.
McPherson, I don't think ever played it down in the NFL.
Troy Aikman finished third. Rodney Peete finished second the year Barry Sanders won it.
Okay.
Andre Ware won it in '89. Major Harris for West Virginia was third.
Major Harris was pretty good too.
Yeah, Major. Yeah, they lost. He took West Virginia to the championship game against Notre Dame that year.
Yep.
Ty Detmer won it the year after that. Then Ty Detmer finished third the year after. Casey Weldon finished second behind Desmond Howard.
Okay.
Gino Toretta in '92 won it. Marshall Falk was second.
You know, the funny thing about Toretto was he played in a bowl game right after he won it, right? And he threw like 7 interceptions.
Yeah. And then Heath Schuler was finished second behind Charlie Ward, who never played in the NFL. He played basketball.
And Ward ended up playing basketball.
David Palmer finished third.
Okay.
And then the year that Rashawn Salam won the Heisman, John Carter finished second. Steve McNair was third. Which is saying a lot because he went to one double A.
Yeah. Yeah, Kajana, I don't know if Kajana even played a year in the NFL. He tore up his knee, and that was it. Tore up his knee in preseason.
Yeah, he would have been, who knows how good he would have been.
Yeah.
And then the year that Eric George won the Heisman, Frazier and Warfel finished second and third.
Oh, Tommy Frazier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Warfel won it the next year.
No, Danny Woelfel.
Yeah. And then Jake Plummer finished third. Troy Davis from Iowa State was second in Heisman. And then the year Charles Woodson won it, Peyton Manning finished second, Ryan Lee finished third.
So the guys that went 1 and 2 in the draft were second and third in the Heisman.
Yeah.
And was Woodson drafted third?
He might have been, yeah.
Wow.
And then Ricky Williams won it the next year. Michael Bishop from Kansas State was second. Cade McNown from UCLA was third. Michael Bishop, that dude was awesome in college.
Okay, I got a question. How did Randy Moss not end up in the Heisman talk his senior year? Was it because he was at Marshall?
Well, he was at the Heisman. He was at the Heisman ceremony.
Okay.
Where he had, probably because he was at Marshall.
Okay. Hey, got a question here. T-Bass. Yeah, you're thinking of Hugh Green. He finished second in the Heisman Trophy for like 78, 79. He was drafted in – he came out the same year. He was in that draft with Lawrence Taylor and E.J. Jr. He was drafted by Tampa Bay. But, yeah, he was like number 2. He was like number 2.
Hugh Green was second behind George Rogers from South Carolina.
Yep, he was second. Yep.
Herschel Walker was third.
Yeah, because that was Walker's freshman year. 1980 was Walker's freshman year.
It was the first time a freshman was like that in Heisman, I think.
Yep.
Because freshmen couldn't play college football for so long.
They usually didn't. They usually got that 1 year, like a red shirt year. They didn't call it a red shirt, but they usually didn't play their freshman year. I mean, you had to be really good to play your freshman year. But that was old school thinking.
Yeah. And then Ron Dane won it in '99. Joe Hamilton from Georgia Tech finished second. Michael Vick was third.
Okay.
Chris Winkie, 2000.
Okay, and Winkie was from St. Paul, Minnesota. Winkie had played minor league ball for a few years, so when he won the Heisman, he was damn near 30.
Josh Heupel, who's the head coach of Tennessee, was second.
Okay.
Drew Brees was third. And then Eric Crouch won the next year. He was not going to do good in the NFL because the offensive thing.
Did he even play in the NFL?
Yeah, but he wasn't a quarterback. I think he would.
He was a safety, wasn't he?
Yeah. Sexy Rexy finished second. And then King Dorsey was third. And then 02 Carson Palmer won. So far, that's probably the best career for us.
That's probably the best one.
For that, yeah. Brad Banks, I have no idea. From Iowa was second. And then Jason White won it after Carson Palmer. Larry Fitzgerald was second. Eli Manning was third.
Okay.
And then Matt Leinart won it the next year. Adrian Peterson was second. And then Jason White from Oklahoma finished third.
Okay.
And then Reggie Bush won it which he got it back, which he should.
He did get it back, which he should have.
Matt Vince Young finished second. Matt Leinart finished third.
Vince Young actually looked like he was going to be okay. Then I don't know what happened.
And then 2006, Troy Smith from Ohio State won. Darren McFadden, the running back, was second, and Brady Quinn was third. I forgot Brady Quinn finished third in Heisman. If he didn't play for Notre Dame, there's no way now he finishes third in that. And then 07 was Tebow. Colt Brennan was third.
Hey, Catch, put this question up by Minnesota Sports Talk. Most embarrassing?
Where do we start?
Yeah, where do we start? I saw 3 Super Bowls. 2 of those were embarrassing. The Giants championship game in 2000 where they got 41-0. That was bad.
If we're talking regular season, I would say the Carolina game that year that Carolina went 1-15.
Oh,
What was that 06 or something like that?
Yeah, 06.
And then the Cardinal game when Nate Poole made the catch. All you had to do was win.
Yeah, you win and you're in.
And you look like a 14. You look like a team that had 4 wins.
Yeah. Yeah, they were playing for nothing anyway, but spoiler.
Yeah.
You know, God, oh my God. There's so many games that were embarrassing.
Well, playoff game, I mean.
Definitely the Giants game.
There's plenty of playoff games that the Vikings never even showed up.
Well, Denny in his first 3 years as a coach, he went to the playoffs and he just got outplayed in all of them. And then they didn't go in 95. They went to Dallas in 96 and got embarrassed by 30 points. Up until then, those were pretty embarrassing. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Who was that quarterback that scored all those TDs on Christmas Day against us?
He's talking about Taysom Hill?
No, it wasn't Taysom. It was
Kamara scored like 6 touchdowns against us.
Scored 6 touchdowns on us, yeah.
Yeah. Alvin Kamara wasn't a quarterback, but yeah.
Yeah, Kamara. I'm like, hey, why did we even play defense that day?
Yeah.
You know?
So Bradford won the Heisman after that. Colt McCoy was second. And then Tim Tebow was third.
Okay.
And Mark Ingram, the running back for the Saints, I didn't know he won the Heisman. He won the Heisman. Toby Gerhart was second.
Yeah.
And Colt McCoy was third. And then this guy, these 2 quarterbacks, the guy who won it and the guy who finished second, had pretty good careers. Cam Newton, Andrew Luck.
Oh, yeah, they did fine. Luck would still be playing if it wasn't for the injuries.
Yep. And then the next year, Robert Griffin III won. And then Andrew Luck finished second again.
Okay.
And then Colin Glenn from Kansas State finished third the next year when Johnny Manziel won it.
You talk about a bust, Johnny Manziel.
You know, he never watched game film.
Yeah, and it showed.
He just went out there and just winged it.
Yeah.
Manti Te'o finished second.
Oh, the guy with the imaginary girlfriend.
You know, but hey, I mean, defensive player finished second. You know, and then 13 Winston won it. AJ McCarron was second. Jordan Lynch was third. So all 3 of those quarterbacks are bad. Marcus Mariota won it in 2014.
Well, he has been garbage in the NFL.
Yeah. Melvin Gordon finished second, and Amari Cooper finished third. So Amari Cooper's the best of those three. Derrick Henry won it. I'm forgetting some of these guys who won it. Wow. Deshaun Watson was third. Deshaun Watson finished second. Baker Mayfield finished third in 2016 and won it in 2017. Lamar Jackson finished third in 2017.
Okay.
Kyler Murray, 2018, won it. Tua Tagovailoa finished second. Dwayne Haskins was third. Joe Burrow, we forgot he won it 2019.
Oh, Burrow won it. Okay.
Yeah, Joe Burrow won it. Jalen Hurts was second, and Justin Fields was third. Trevor Lawrence finished second in 2020. Mac Jones finished third. Bryce Young won it in 2021. Aiden Hutchinson finished second. Kenny Pickett finished third.
Okay.
And then Caleb Williams and Jordan Daniels won it the last 2 years. CJ Stroud finished third.
Yeah, you're right. No, stop it. The draft is a crapshoot, period. A lot of these college players, half of them don't make it, especially with the quarterbacks. And I think when a franchise puts a lot of faith into this whole quarterback thing, it can set your franchise back more years than need be. So, saddest.
Well, what happened this last weekend was pretty sad.
Besides Kyrie was sad. Corey Stringer, very sad.
That really affected the team.
Yeah. Carl Kasulki, when it happened, was sad.
Big Tingelhoff at the Hall of Fame ceremony was sad.
Yeah, that was, and he was there, but he wasn't there. The 4 Super Bowl losses. But off the field, it was, the Kyrie. And see, Kyrie was coming in, but he had already, everybody liked him.
Yeah, he already endeared himself to the team.
Yeah, he already endeared himself to the team. And then when you had what happened to Corey, where Corey was literally a team leader.
Yeah. He was a captain, wasn't he?
Huh?
He was a captain, wasn't he?
Yeah, he became a captain. He went to the Pro Bowl, his first Pro Bowl. And then to have that happen, same with Kasulki. I talked to Bob Lertzma about that a few years ago, and he said it was the first time he'd ever saw Bud Grant break down and cry in front of the whole team, announcing what happened to Carl Kasulki. And Bob said he was supposed to be Carl Kasulki's roommate at training camp, but because of what happened, he ended up becoming roommates with Doug Sutherland.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had a lot of heartache. If you're gonna be a Viking fan, you're gonna have to deal with a lot of heartache.
I mean,
we lost Chip Myers,
offensive coordinator.
He had just got named offensive coordinator, and he had worked out that day. He laid down and he passed away in his sleep. Chip played pro football too. Chip was a wide receiver with the Cincinnati Bengals. But yeah, he was going to take over as offensive coordinator after Billick left, as a matter of fact.
No.
But yeah, he passed away. We lost years ago. We lost linebackers coach Jacko Nelson in the middle of the year. He passed away. Matter of fact, he passed away during a game in '78. So yeah, I mean.
A lot of Virgineers died the night Jerry Burns had his press conference.
You know what? And here's the funny thing. We didn't see that press conference until the 10 o'clock news. And then we heard like bits and pieces on the radio, but we didn't have talk radio back then like they do now.
No, Vicky.
Yeah.
No.
So
was a key hoo-ha.
when it came out that he had went ballistic, I think it was on like the 5:30 or something news, and every word was beeped out, and we're just like, what the hell? I remember my dad I was watching with my dad. My dad was like, God damn, he's pissed.
Yeah.
Reggie passed away. He had sleep apnea, and that's what did Reggie in sleep apnea. But yeah, he
Well, I mean, speaking of defensive tackles, Jerome Brown.
car crash.
I know he's not a Viking, but
Yeah, Jerome was a car crash. Yep, he was a car crash. Jerome Brown was a car crash. There was a player that played for the Cardinals years ago, J.V. Kane. He went into cardiac arrest on the practice field. He passed away on the practice field.
But he had that guy from the Bills.
And DeMar had his during the game.
He did die.
Yeah, he had passed.
He came back. Yeah.
Yep, they revived him, but he was gone. He was gone. But they revived him, and then what other ones can I think of? Then of course there was Chuck Hughes in '71. He died he passed away on the field.
You would think it would happen more, but it really doesn't.
Well, with Chuck, when they did the autopsy, they said he had the heart of an 80-year-old man. He was only 27 or 28. So, they were looking at Kyrie was moving up it was early, but Kyrie had turned enough heads to where he was looking at even playing nickel.
I don't know if he would have been a starter, but he might have been the first backup off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they were talking about Kyrie like that, the one that was probably expendable would have been Booth.
I think the starters are set.
Are they?
Griffin we got Griffin on one side,
Blackman on the other.
Blackman on the other, and then what's his name playing slot?
Murphy.
Yeah, I think those are your three starters. I think Jackson was probably.
The first one off the bench.
Yeah.
Which meant he overtook Booth and he overtook Caleb Evans.
Yeah.
So
Caleb Evans.
Yes. Derek Thomas was still playing when he died in his car crash.
And if he would have worn the thing with him though, if he was wearing a seatbelt, he would have died.
That's right. He wasn't wearing a seatbelt, was he?
Yeah. It was Left Eye Lopez when she died.
Yep. Yeah, he wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
Yeah, because he got thrown from his car, and that's what killed him. Is when he got thrown from the vehicle. If he was wearing a seatbelt, he would never gotten thrown from the vehicle.
I know. When I heard about that, I was shocked. I was shocked beyond belief. The saddest one was another Chiefs player years before, Joe Delaney, the running back. He died trying to save two kids from drowning. And he himself perished.
Yeah, it's hard when you try to save someone from drowning because they panic.
Right.
If you're not trained, it's easy to jump in and try to save somebody. But that's why these people are trained for it.
Right. Yeah, I remember the Jack Tatum hit. And that was preseason, people. That was preseason that Tatum paralyzed Stingley.
Well, I'm surprised that Mike Curtis didn't paralyze that fan that ran under the field.
Fan that ran across the field. Oh, he had it coming though. I mean, he looked goofy too. He's just out there. You can tell he was drunk.
Yeah.
He just goes, gets the ball, and it's like, dude, you're on a football field. When guys see somebody running with the ball, they're gonna hit you.
He's like, Mike Curtis is like, he's got the ball. I'm supposed to get the guy with the ball. I'm getting the guy with the ball.
Exactly. That old school coaching kicks in. What's your job? Hit the guy with the football.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he did. I mean, he just laid him out. Yeah, but my mom talked about that forever.
Oh man, sorry about that. No, stop.
Yeah. Oh, sorry to hear that
There
stuff.
was also an ESPN reporter, Tom Mees, who died trying to save somebody drowning in a pool.
Who did?
Uh, Sports Center, Tom Mees,
Oh, yeah.
he died trying to save somebody.
Yeah.
And a lot of the drownings are people trying to save other people from drowning.
Hmm.
Like I said, the people who are drowning are panicking, and
Right.
if you don't know, if you don't, if you're not trained in it, you know,
Right.
that's why you go to life. That's why those lifeguards go to life because they're used to people panicking and handling them the right way and all that type
Hmm.
of stuff. But yeah, but it's just sad because usually when you hear a football player dying in a car accident, they're usually the ones who they were street racing or they were doing this, they were doing that. It just seems like they were just driving home.
Just driving home. There was one. Colts had drafted a kid, Brandon Burlsworth. He's a lineman. They had just drafted him, and he got killed in a traffic accident even before he went to like a what you call it, an OTA. So those were both unexpected, very unexpected. Um, I still remember Michael, still remember Prince's, I still remember John Lennon's. I woke up to John Lennon. I remember here when Marvin Gaye bothered me because it was his father that killed him. That
Yeah.
always bothered me, you know. That always bothered me.
My favorite musician's still alive, so I don't have to, he's getting up there though.
Which
He
one?
almost, Dave Mustang. He almost died. From
Well,
all
he's
the,
almost 2 or 3
all,
times.
yeah, of all the heroin he did. He almost lost the full use of his arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a wonder he still even knows his name.
Yeah.
It's a wonder he can still play P cells. Yeah, seeing
Uh,
when,
Mr. 5'2" Prince, 5'4" in heels.
yeah. And he was, I guess he had been going to the here in where he lived in.
My biggest thing was people like Prince. They don't have anybody around them who ever says no.
Prince never had nobody around him. Period. He lived alone.
But he had people who were around him. But I mean, but a lot of these stars
This is what I heard.
were like advisors and stuff like that.
Well, he was like a recluse. You kind of like you were there during the day, but then at night he was left to his own devices. But I didn't know this about Prince. He had hip surgery.
Yeah, he had back surgery too.
He had hip and back
They was
surgery.
doing all those jumping off the speakers in those high heels.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I live with chronic back pain. That's you know what?
Yeah.
You
I
know,
have a very high pain tolerance. And there are some days when my back is like, you ain't doing shit.
I used to, but I get to the point now where if I'm in bed, I'm stuck in bed. I'm not getting out there. I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that.
Getting,
I think he had a free ride to college.
well, that reminds me of that 30-30, the best it ever was. With that running back, oh God, what was his name? I'm gonna look that up now.
What's that?
The 30 for 30, the best it never was.
Oh, what are you looking up?
The running back's name. Marcus Dupree.
Oh God, Marcus Dupree.
Yeah.
He was in the Heisman talk. He was. Where did he go to school again?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. He was like the second coming of Billy Sims,
Yeah.
and he ended up going to the USFL. He did play in the NFL too, and he just. I think his was drug related.
Are you talking about Sean
You're
Taylor?
thinking of Lyle Alzado.
Or Sean Taylor?
Sean Taylor from the Reds. Well, he got
Sean
killed.
Taylor,
Get away from there.
Sean Taylor got killed during a robbery.
Yep, home invasion.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got killed from a home invasion.
I'm sorry if you guys can hear my wife. Our dogs are being very, very naughty tonight.
Get away from over there.
So,
Don't need to be over there.
Yeah, and Prince was
Fucking break the fucking lamp.
Prince was taking fentanyl.
Go away.
yeah, for his pain, he was taking fentanyl.
Yeah, he was
for his
taking
pain, but
fentanyl.
They said that he started taking more than he should have, and
Yep.
that's where the people who he had people around him who wouldn't say no.
Mhm.
You know, but now that he's gone, his estate is like selling his songs for like everything.
Well, you know who owns his music,
I
right?
would have never heard of Prince selling his music.
You know who owns his music, right?
I thought it was like his estate.
No, she sold it to Jay-Z.
Oh,
They sold it to Jay-Z. Jay-Z now owns Prince's music. That's why you hear it all over the place.
Prince would have never,
No,
unless it was like a Viking or like a Minnesota thing. He
would know.
He would have never licensed his music for any of this.
No,
crazy stuff that's
but
going on.
it's once Jay-Z got hold of it, he's selling it to the highest bidder. You know, yeah.
Tom,
I mean, that stuff alone.
Tom Petty was one.
Stop.
Yep, he's going. Yeah, he's going to Illinois.
Stop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Leave it alone.
I never saw Tom Petty. Yeah, I never saw him.
Even with the Wandering Wildflowers, whatever.
Yeah, I didn't see that too. I wasn't a big Wallflowers guy. I hated the Wallflowers.
Oh, yeah, it is. You got Bob Dylan and Tom Petty.
Bob Dylan. I mean, put it this way: the only Bob Dylan I give him props. Oh God, yes.
guys, hey.
Once upon a time, dress so fine, yeah, and you. Oh my God. Oh, I give him props because he's a Minnesota guy, but oh my God, yeah, he had the Beatles catalog. From what I understood, Paul McCartney bought a lot of it back.
Yeah,
because they had to sell that too because of the money problems he was in. There's Too Evil. Jeez, I was looking. I missed you, Too Evil.
that's probably how we took a week off. It feels like we've been gone forever.
Yeah, I was missing that Wentz talk.
She
And
approved.
next up, Lay Lady Lay is my favorite from Dylan. So
Yeah, I like Tangled Up in Blue. It's like the only song I can really understand.
Tangled Up in Blue,
Yeah,
and even that one's got its moments.
yeah, yeah.
It's just and Lay Lady Lay was like, it's the one song what Dylan sounds like, but Lay Lady Lay is so not him. It's kind of like, what's the deal, Bob? You trying to get some here? What's going on?
So Knocking on Heaven's Door, Guns N' Roses had a pretty good version of that.
The live version was better than the studio version.
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses version.
Hey,
The
get
live
out by
version.
his ears. No.
My mom must be lurking. She hasn't made much comments.
Cindy Crawford.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
Your celeb crush was Cindy.
Had to be Cindy Crawford. That was everybody's like major crush.
I don't know. I really didn't. I could take her or leave her. You know. You had that other girl at the same time that was around. Taylor, not or something like that.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Huh? He was sleeping on the show.
Oh. No, he didn't. Sure.
No, the last name started. Oh, you mean Cyndi Lauper? Is that who you're talking about, Minnesota sports?
All right, so JJ had to make an appearance, everybody.
Yeah, Rick Ocasek's old lady was Paula Pazinski. I forget her name, but yeah, she was a trophy wife because Rick was kind of ugly.
Yeah.
But he played guitar and he was in the top band. That's all that mattered.
Punched me in the face.
Yes.
Ow! You're biting me. Stop.
Sorry, guys. My dogs are not very good. Behaving very well. Yeah, it's
I remember back in the day, Joey Browner was married to a model.
Fight you.
well. Also, I mean, they all kind of.
Yeah, he was married to a model. Al Noga was at one time engaged to the wrestler Medusa. They were engaged.
No.
And then Al Noga ended up marrying the keyboard player for the Jets.
The New York Jets.
No, the local band, the Jets. Oh, by the way, how annoying is Aaron Rodgers now?
I really haven't been paying up. To be honest with you,
Oh my God!
I really haven't been paying much anything other than football.
It was so bad. There was one guy. He was on a golf course. There was a Jets fan there, I guess, and the guy was just crying to Aaron Rodgers to get the Jets a Super Bowl, literally in tears, whining. It was pretty pathetic.
I would say so.
I'm like, dude, I'm a Viking fan. I will never do that.
Nope.
And I've never won a Super Bowl.
I might cry if they win. But
Oh, I'll be that annoying fan for the next Super Bowl. I'll be the one calling up everybody and saying, guess who won the Super Bowl? Not your team. You know.
be like Packer fans. What do you say now, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be the greatest thing ever. You know. Yeah, I just one, baby. That's all we need.
You know.
Cindy Crawford's she doesn't look much different.
She still looks about the same. She's just,
Yeah.
what is she now, like 50?
She's got to be 50 something.
She's about 54, maybe. She's up there.
How old is Cindy Crawford? Yeah. My wife will probably. My wife.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking she's about 54.
We see her all the time because she does. She sells furniture. The Cindy Crawford collection.
She sells furniture now?
Yeah. She's 58.
Wow. Wow.
She's 58.
Oh, she's the same age as me?
What happened, Tony? You guys don't look the same.
That's not fair. Wow, she's same age as me. Damn.
She still looks good too.
Yeah, but she's got the money too to slow down the aging process.
But she's got her whole makeup line and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Wow, we've talked about everything except Viking football.
yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, training camp starts what, 3 weeks from now?
3 weeks, yeah. I mean, there's really, and that's probably a good thing that we don't have anything to talk about when it comes to the Vikings.
Because there were times where
yeah,
Brian McKinney get into a fight down in South Beach. The Love Boat. All that type of stuff. So it's
yeah.
nice, to be quiet.
I mean, if you're
Cam Akers resigned.
Yeah, Cam Akers resigned. Now here's the thing with Cam Akers. He's coming out. He's on a rebuilt knee, right?
Both.
They're both rebuilt.
No, was it his knee or it was either his knee or his Achilles tendon. I don't know which one, but he hurt the one the year before, and then he hurt the next one last year. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I mean, well, he's not running back one. He's going to be.
I think he's running back two.
But okay, what are you going to do with Chandler?
I think Chandler is going to be the third change of back.
Yeah, that kid, he can't get a break, can he?
No. Good night, Mama.
Good night, Mom.
See you Friday.
God, he cannot get a break. Well, they changed the kickoff rule, so we'll see what happens with that. That kickoff rule is going to be very interesting. Now, remember, if they kick the ball out of the end zone, it goes to the 35-yard line.
Yeah.
Kick it out of bounds, I think it still goes to the 40. But they're already saying, as I'm listening to Florio, I do listen to him every now and then, that a lot of the coaches will take their chances, kick the ball out of the end zone.
Maybe if he wins the Super Bowl.
Right now, there are some that would.
I'll give his toes a little nuzzle.
Well, it's and he's when you've got a radio station here that's promoting the hell out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's our age, T-Bass. Wow.
I thought you said you were going to bed.
She probably can't sleep.
Yeah, I know you're on my channel. I can't see who's on my channel, but I can tell.
Right.
Just because you can't see comments, that's why I put the comments up, so people from all channels can see comments from all the stations. But yeah, so did you see the Justin Jefferson interview?
No, what did he say?
With Rich Eisen.
I hate Rich Eisen. What did he say?
They talked about Kirk Cousins again. And they asked if JJ was surprised, and he said yes. He goes, yes and no. He said things weren't the way Cousins wanted them in Minnesota anymore. He's like, he's got to take care of his family. So JJ's like, I'm not mad at him. Because, JJ's not mad at him because he ended up getting his. But that just kind of tells you that the players kind of knew he wasn't coming back and he was playing for the money.
Well, they knew who he was.
Yeah.
They knew who he was.
But
and that tells you something right there. I mean, Kirk is never all in. Never all in. He went where the bag was. And Atlanta was willing to give him the bag. Or at least some of it.
We're funny looking, maybe. I wonder where I got those funny looks from.
They probably won't sign them until just before the start of camp.
These people freaking out about, oh my God, they haven't signed any of the rookies. They will get them signed when they come to training camp.
Here's the thing. It doesn't make sense for a rookie to hold out because they're on a rookie scale.
That's what I thought, T-Bass. I thought it was Achilles tendon.
Oh, it was his Achilles?
He tore the one. He tore the one the year before, and then he tore his other one last year.
Oh, shit. He's lucky to be walking.
Yeah.
He's going to try to play football?
At least he gets to keep his 31 now.
I tore one of them, and I was never the same after I tore it. And
I thought about tearing one, and I was never the same.
Oh. Whoa, and
that's like the worst thing. That's like the worst thing. Like I remember watching a horror movie, and this guy kind of toyed with the people he was chasing. So he hid like underneath like a boardwalk, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And these people were walking above him. Instead of like stabbing them to kill him,
Mm-hmm.
he just cut everybody's Achilles tendon so they couldn't run.
Oh God.
Yeah. That's like the worst thing ever.
No, when I tore it, it's like somebody set fire to my ankle. I remember that. It was.
Yeah. And Justin Jefferson, by the way, in that interview says he didn't care who the quarterback was.
What do you say?
He said he did not care who the quarterback of Minnesota was. That had nothing to do with his
Because you know what? Darnold can get the ball to him, too. You know, Darnold can get the ball to him. I think Darnold probably resurrects his career here, but, you know, he's going to get a payday elsewhere. We're not going to pay him, but he'll get another payday somewhere else.
Yeah.
This is JJ's team now. Darnold's just a place setter. Now, if Darnold comes in here and plays well,
this is Elvis. We call him the king because he runs the house.
good Lord, how many animals you got?
We got 3. The dogs we kind of adopted. The cat kind of walked in and said, I own this place.
That sounds like a cat. That sounds like a
He was
cat.
being picked up for like 2 seconds.
You know what, Bob? I saw that Theismann injury. I just happened to have that game on saw that game on YouTube. Oh my God.
Well, you know it was serious by Lawrence Taylor's reaction.
Yeah. By the whole Giants defense. Yeah. They looked and they were just like, get out here. Right. They were just, my God.
Yeah.
You know, and as competitive as Lawrence was, for him to be that way, you knew it was horrific. You knew it was.
Yeah. Also, E.J. Henderson's, they kind of had the same reaction.
Oh, God, EJ's was, ugh.
He had a compound fracture. The bone was sticking through his leg.
Yeah. Well, you know, and Teddy's was so bad he could have died.
Alex Smith's injury was almost as bad.
Alex Smith was bad. Teddy Bridgewater's was so bad he could have died.
Well, Bob Sugarman is credited for saving Teddy's life.
Yeah. Yep. You know, and because they had the way they were talking about it, I'm like, okay, that's just like a knee injury. They're all this for like a knee injury. And then I got from another source that it was severe.
Yeah.
Severe.
And the way that it happened.
How did it happen?
Huh?
I heard all he did was plant.
Well, the story you told me off the air.
Because I got he planted and it just kind of blew up. You know? But yeah, when it happened, it was almost like it was such big news. They broke into like TV shows and they had these alerts. I mean, they were going off pretty bad. You know, you'd almost thought he had something had happened. You know. Oh, I remember that no stop with Brian Young. Yeah, I remember that.
Take the private messages down.
Okay. Yeah.
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 Hey, just so you guys know, the stuff that Tony knows behind the scenes that he tells me that I'm not allowed to say, I wish I could. Yeah, yeah.
Well, let's not say this one. Trust me, if it ever gets out there, oh my God.
People are going to be like, what?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's, oh my God. And I
Yeah.
heard
Oh, I
that.
forgot about Brian Young. I thought he was a defense tackle, right? Oh, right.
He was a D tackle.
Yeah.
I forget who the linebacker was. It wasn't Ken Norton Jr. It was maybe it was Ken Norton Jr.
Maybe it was Brian Cox.
No, because Cox
I
was
don't
never
think
a
Cox
junior.
ever, I don't think he ever played for the 49ers. It could have been Kid
No.
Norton.
Who did Cox play
They
for?
did
The
play at the
Dolphins?
same time.
Huh?
They did play at the same time. Ken Norton Jr.
Yeah, they did.
Brian Young.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Ken. Oh, it was Ken Norton Jr. Okay. Okay. Old square jaw Ken Norton Jr.
Yeah. Square jaw. Brian Cox played for the Dolphins and Cowboys, right?
Dolphins, Bears. Was he a
He had that
Cowboy?
big ass. He had
He
that.
had that old school neck roll
Yeah.
that you don't see nowadays.
They
You
got
just
that
you know,
doing.
you look at players nowadays, the aesthetics, the appearance, they just don't look like football players.
No.
They look like well, not the
Kinda
football
looks like
players we're
robots.
used to looking at.
Kind of like robots a little bit.
Yeah, they do look robotic. They don't have the big shoulder. They don't have the shoulder pads, and they don't have the. Everybody's got the same
Like-
helmet.
Look at it. Look at a running back now. Look at Dalvin Cook. Okay.
Mhm.
Or just look at that. Go back and look at Herschel Walker's shoulder pads.
Oh God, yeah. Christian Okoye's shoulder pads.
Irvin Smith. You
Yeah.
know?
They had those. They had the big shoulder pads.
Yeah.
You know, even your linemen now don't even look like
Linemen today
linemen.
have the running back shoulder pads in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even like when we played, we had the big shoulder pads. Even the
Even the
linebackers.
kickers had big shoulder pads.
Yeah. Remember Chris Spielman when he played? He had the neck roll, the big shoulder pads,
Yeah.
all the padding on his arm, and the
Well, they
glove.
had to. They played on that Astro turf. He did that just
Yeah.
to his skin.
Yeah, you had to.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Edwards. It was his name was Edwards.
We thought Robert Edwards.
Yes. It was an MTV beach football game, and he tore up his knee. Robert Edwards never played it down
Yep.
and was done. He only had the one good year.
And you notice they don't have that beach game anymore.
Yeah.
Robert Edwards went to Georgia, right?
Yeah, he went to Georgia.
Yeah.
He went to Georgia, then he went to the Patriots, and he looked good. He looked damn good his rookie year. And then sure enough,
Yeah.
yeah, see, I woke up to John Lennon. They announced his death on the Monday Night Football game. But that game was so bad, I actually went to bed.
We're sorry, man.
That's what happens when there's no Viking news.
That's what, and the only Viking news is the Viking player dying.
Yeah, and the Viking news was sad. So we're actually sticking with the same theme.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, I mean,
You get the, of course, probably the most tragic one is Piccolo. For the Bears. Or not, I think I'm saying his last name wrong.
who?
Brian, the guy they made the movie about.
Huh?
The guy, the Bears running back they made the movie about.
Brian Piccolo?
Yeah, that was sad too.
No, the Here's the thing with the Bears, though. The Bears lost. They had a running back on their 63 championship team, Willie Gallimore. Him and John Farrington were killed, a teammate. They were killed in a car crash going to camp for the Bears.
So it seems like car crash seems to be the main focus.
Yeah. It's usually accidental car crashes.
It just reminds you how fragile life is because
Yeah.
these guys are usually at the peak of
Yeah.
physical fitness.
It can be taken from you in a minute.
Yeah.
And
Tomorrow's not guaranteed.
no, it's not guaranteed at all. And that kind of when stuff like what with Kyrie happens, you just
That's
kind
why
of
I tell my life I love her every day.
you just got to stop and count your blessings. Each I wake up, I'm glad to see another day.
Every day above ground's a good day.
Every day above ground. Put it this way: after you wake up, everything else is easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just life. But yeah, it's car crashes. I'm trying to think of any that died in a plane crash.
Well, the Marshall football team, but
The Marshall
other than
football
that,
team. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, if you really, really, really think about it, it does not happen. When they say flying is the safest way to travel, you kind of believe it with these teams. Look at baseball teams. Every third day they're traveling. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Basketball teams, they pretty much travel every day. Professional soccer teams.
Yeah.
And how often do you hear it? So it's,
That's very true. Very true.
yeah.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, well, then I just found this out. One of the most mysterious deaths was Carol Rosenblum, the owner of the Rams back in the 70s. They found him. He drowned in a swimming pool.
Or did he?
That's the whole thing. Come to find out, he had been gambling heavily on NFL games.
Was that George's husband?
Yes. And they also think Georgia had something to do with it.
She wants to own that damn team.
Yeah, she owned the team and then she moved it.
Well, she's from St. Louis.
Yeah, she was from St. Louis and she moved him to St. Louis. She got a big payday. Well, she got married right away after Carol did. So, yeah, I remember Robert Newhouse, a little short dude. Little short dude with a neck roll. I mean,
Yeah.
replaced by Ron Springs.
Man,
But
that's,
yeah, there's so many like question marks of. There's so many gamuts of tragedy and questions and stuff like that, conspiracies and But yeah, after the Kyrie thing, well,
really, if you think about it, like I said, it really doesn't happen that much.
No.
Especially with them being the victim and having nothing to do with it. Most of the time, so and so died today, NFL player, single car crash.
Yeah.
How often is it something like this where they're just driving on the road, not even,
They're just driving down the road at night.
Yeah.
Going home, most likely. And this idiot driver plows into him.
I grew up around the ocean. I used to swim around sharks. Probably.
What if you could face every day with confidence?
And that was Bob. That was the padding. Because remember how Earl Campbell looked? A lot of that was he wore those thick ass those thigh pads.
Well, his thighs were thick anyway.
His thighs were thick too, and now you look at him, it's so sad. He can't even walk. He's in a wheelchair.
He never on thick thighs.
My wife said there ain't nothing wrong with these pies. They actually have like Earl Camel sausages here and stuff.
Oh, did they?
Earl Camel hot sausages.
Oh man.
It's those damn pickles. I cannot stand those damn things. Those pickles that are in the red stuff in the jar.
Uh-huh.
They used to sell them at the gas station. You remember? You never had this at the gas station?
What's that?
They were in a jar about this big. About this big. They're in a jar
Yeah.
about this big. It was all red because of the pickling. It was red, and there was sausages in there.
God, did we have those up here?
And then you would just take them out and eat them. I could not stand those things.
I don't know if we had them. We might have
My
had.
wife liked those, but then again, my wife likes sardines. So
Ain't that about sardines?
Yeah, it was the movie kind of brought it to light. I want to say Brian's last game he played as a player was against the Vikings.
No stop. I don't know where you are, but if you're ever by a Buc-ee's, they have pickled quail eggs.
Pickled what?
Quail eggs. They got pickled okra and pickled something else. I can't remember what it is.
Oh my god. What the hell do you people eat down south?
I've never eaten them.
Oh,
I've watched YouTube videos of people going to Buc-ee's and getting the pickled stuff, and they're like,
I'm still not an okra fan.
my wife likes okra. I don't like it even.
I mean, I like gumbo, but I still,
lucky for us, with us being so close to New Orleans, we get some good gumbo. Even in Texas, we get pretty good gumbo.
No stop. Pickled herrings. Whenever I see pickled herrings, I think of my uncle. When I was a kid, he loved those things.
Is that the like the Norwegian fish thing that people like?
Yeah.
What's it called? The loofah or?
Oh no, lutefisk. You do not want lutefisk. You do not want lutefisk.
What? I thought that was just Mike Tyson saying ludicrous.
No.
Lutefisk.
It's a Norwegian dish.
Is it like really stinky?
It's bad, dude.
But don't some people love it?
None of the young ones. The old ones did, but none of the young ones. I've heard it's kind of like it's just bad. It's just bad.
The only thing I like pickled are cucumbers. I'll say that right now.
Oh my god, pickles pigs. Oh.
Pickles pig feet?
Yes.
What are we getting into? What are we getting into now? I think we've crossed that line.
Okay, no stop has really crossed it. Oh.
Lutefisk is boiled in lye?
Yes. It's bad. It's bad.
My wife and I, we make soap. We use lye for soap.
Yeah, well, they use lye for lutefisk.
You know, lutefisk thing, a fish?
What?
It's made with lye.
Ew. You make soap with lye.
I know.
That's like caustic. It's like chemical burns and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you actually have to use like gloves and goggles to make soap with the lye.
You have to do it outside.
You have to do it
Gas.
outside.
Chemical reaction.
Yeah, no, it's an old.
Oh, look, we start talking about gross food. We got more viewers.
God. I was gonna make a pizza after this, not anymore.
Oh, we have a place by us called Torchy's Tacos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, they have this. They have these different tacos. Like they have a Democrat that's got barbacoa.
Mm-hmm.
They got a Republican that's pulled pork with jalapenos. They got Crossroads.
It's jalapenos.
You know,
I see, I can handle that.
yeah.
I do like sauerkraut. Sauerkraut and Polish sausage.
Do you like drinking the juice with sauerkraut? That's a German.
I never have.
But I heard the German sauerkraut's not as sour as ours is here.
And not sour as it used to be. Yeah, not as sour as it used to be.
Pickled spider egg. I think you're messing with us too evil.
Oh my God, too evil. Go back to talking about Wentz, would you? Yeah, that's true. Real Vikings were already blitzed. God.
The berserkers took those magic mushrooms. That's why they were berserkers.
I do like kimchi.
My brother used to eat sardines with mustard, which I
Mhm.
kind of get.
Hmm.
My wife eats them right out of the can.
Some people do. My dad ate them with Tabasco sauce.
I've seen that too, which
Yeah,
kind of makes more sense than just eating them. Of
yeah.
course, then again, I eat spam right out of the can too.
See, Spam is awfully salty.
Well, not if you get the low sodium one.
Low salt. It's still Spam.
Hey, spam is very versatile, man.
I know. I live in Minnesota. Where do you think it was invented?
Which is weird because it's like a considered its own food group in Hawaii.
It's a delicacy in Hawaii.
There's like a restaurant in Hawaii that sells nothing but spam. Like they have all these different dishes, and the meat is spam. They don't put anything else.
Yeah. Oh, then when they get ramen noodles, they douse it with Spam.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah.
So for hot sauce, I kind of like Frank's hot sauce because it's got flavor and it's hot. Tabasco is okay. I will eat Tabasco. But,
Tabasco's not as hot as it used to be.
but you're also talking to a guy who eats ghost peppers.
Yeah, Tabasco's not as hot as it used to be. Oh, put up Two Evil's comment. I did not see. I did not hear this.
His last one?
Yeah, I did not hear that. Judd really said that? Is that his bold prediction? I wonder if he's saying that because he got paid.
Well, who are they playing in the first game?
I don't know.
Like, who did the Lions open up against? Like,
You know what? Now you're gonna make me look.
well, like last night, my wife made a dinner with goose and like mixed veggies along with the goose and spam, and it was very, very good. But my wife would not eat spam raw. It has to be cooked.
Okay, week 1. Let's see.
Joe only used him as an example. Example for what?
The Lions are playing the Rams. Sunday Night Football.
Burnt spam, banana, ketchup, and rice.
Yuck.
Is that what did they sell that in Hawaii? That's
Wouldn't surprise me
disgusting.
if they did. It wouldn't surprise me.
That is disgusting. I mean,
Yeah, Two Evil. You know what though? They're playing the Rams. They're playing the Rams at home without, and Aaron Donald's not with the Rams anymore. I don't know what kind of defense the Rams are going to have. Yeah, I figured it was during the prediction show.
Oh, that does sound like a Filipino thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
But you know what, though, Pinsett. Oh my God, my wife had a coworker who's Filipino.
Mhm.
By the way, Jen, if you're watching this, she still owed me Pinsett for my birthday. She makes the best Pinsett I've ever had in my life. Oh my God. But brown sugar sandwich. What the hell are you guys talking about?
I don't know. They got weird eating habits. I thought I was weird. Yes, we will be on Friday.
Yeah, we'll be on Friday.
Yeah, we'll be on Friday. So,
but I can't really say anything because we didn't have any jelly in the house, but we had peanut butter. And my mom's like, "You want to try a sandwich your grandma used to eat during the Depression?" I'm like, "Sure." It was peanut butter and mayo. Wasn't that bad. I ain't saying I'm going to eat it every day, but if I'm hungry, I got some peanut butter, I got some bread, and I got some mayo. I can make myself a sandwich.
Oh.
It
Oh.
has to be. It has to be like Hellman's. It can't be like Miracle. Miracle doesn't taste good with it.
Miracle Whip is not
I like
mayonnaise.
it's salad dressing, but I like it better. It's,
Yeah, Miracle Whip is
it's
not
actually
mayonnaise.
better. Miracle Whip is actually better for you. It's got less fat, less sugar, less carbs, and
You know what? I want taste. I'll take the fat. I'll take the fat.
see,
Yeah, I'll
see,
take.
my mom loves peanut butter mayonnaise sandwiches.
My mom used to make me mayonnaise and tomato sandwiches.
That makes sense, but I
Yep.
can't have tomatoes.
Too much acid?
No, I'll have to have an EpiPen shot.
Oh.
I can't have raw tomatoes. I can have pizza sauce. I can have ketchup, and I can have like pasta sauce.
Okay.
I guess because whatever I'm allergic to, whenever it gets cooked, gets processed,
Yeah.
it leaves because I can't have salsa because salsa is made with fresh tomatoes, so I
Mhm.
can't have salsa. I can't have you know. And then
Oh
the
man, so
last time,
you
the
can't
last
have
time,
pico de gallo or nothing like that?
nope.
Oh, dude, you don't know what you're missing.
So, and then my wife didn't believe. I wasn't always allergic to tomatoes because my dad and I used to slice up tomatoes, put salt on them, and just eat them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something you develop allergies over time. But my wife didn't believe me when we first got married. That she's like, "How could you be allergic to tomatoes? Nobody's allergic to tomatoes." So she made something. She put tomatoes in something, and all of a sudden, like after I got done eating, like 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes after I got done eating, I started itching.
Mm.
She's like, She's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm like itching." I'm like, my lips started to swell. She's like, "Oh my god, you are allergic to tomatoes." I'm like, "Yeah, I
You're
told you."
allergic to tomatoes, you know?
She's like, "I thought you were lying."
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
hey, should we wrap it up here?
yeah. Tonight we knew tonight was going to be. We really didn't have much to talk about. We kind of
No.
only came on because we missed last week.
And
Um,
trust me, people, we are still taking suggestions.
yeah,
Um, we have a ton of suggestions, but we have so many we forget. So
yeah,
we should probably start writing them down
yeah.
and
Really quick on this though. My wife, when I told my when I told my wife injury he had, and people
Mhm.
were acting like it wasn't a big deal. My
Mhm.
wife is like, they need to stop acting like that is not a big deal. That is a very serious injury. People
Yeah.
die. People die from that. People lose their limbs from that. You know. Uh, Elvis Special. You want me to bring my cat on? That's his name, Elvis.
Yeah. What was Elvis's sandwich? You say?
Elvis's sandwich was peanut butter, bananas, bacon, and something else. I think. I'm not sure if that was it.
Well, it actually made when you put the bacon on it, it's tolerable.
Yeah, yeah. I think that was it. I think that was it. Peanut butter, bacon, and pickles. I've had a pickle bacon and cheese sandwich before. That was actually pretty good.
Pickle bacon and cheese.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Pickle bacon and cheese, no lettuce.
And Maui. I don't know if that is. Oh, did you just look it up or? Yeah. So instead of having like a um, instead of having a BLC, a BLT,
Mm-hmm.
I'll have like a BLC with bacon, lettuce, and cheese.
Oh, okay.
You know, so because I love.
I have to give that a
Yeah,
try.
so it was so peanut butter, bananas, pickles, and bacon was the sandwich. That's right.
Sweet and salt.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because my wife bought this dark chocolate, like no sugar, added dark cocoa, like 70% cocoa chocolate.
Hmm.
It was dark chocolate and sea salt.
Yeah.
It was good because she got the saltiness, but you also had sweetness. It was really good. So yeah, so we got training camp coming up. So we're definitely going to do stories from training camp. One of these next shows coming up. Probably the Wednesday before training camp starts, but I think that's 3 Wednesdays from now. So we still have 2 more Wednesdays.
Yeah.
On Friday, if you guys, when you join us on Friday, if you guys have any suggestions for the vintage, you're more than welcome to join us. Like
Fridays.
Friday is a free for all. Anybody's welcome to come on. Talk about music, talk about food, talk about everything, anything and everything. Only thing we really don't talk about is politics. Everything else is fair game.
And religion.
Yeah, and religion. Yeah. Well, I don't think anybody ever brought up religion before. We've had someone try to bring up politics, but it's just, you know,
Yeah.
uh, it's not that I disagree or agree. It's just there's people out there who can't handle political talk.
True.
We just keep away from it for that reason. Um,
Bad enough dealing with people that aren't Viking fans.
yeah, exactly.
You know. So yeah, Joey was.
We could just do a show on Joey Brown.
We could.
You know, not
Him and Keith Millard both. That era of Vikings, we could do a show on. My God, they were a cast of characters.
so that's what we'll work on. Then we'll do what 80s Vikings.
Yeah.
So we can do that next week. Because not only did they kick your ass on the field, Joey Browner and Keith Millard could kick your ass off the
Off
field.
the field. Exactly.
Isn't he like a black belt in judo?
Yeah, he was a black belt in something, and he got half the Viking team into it.
Yeah.
He had a bunch of teammates that were doing it.
Yeah.
So I mean,
That's
I
a quick team.
wouldn't want to. I
So
wouldn't.
thanks. Okay, on air production meeting. We'll probably remind me during the week so I don't forget, Tony, because I work a lot.
Okay.
And maybe we can contact Yogi if he has time. He's really busy right now to
Okay.
do a graphic for the show.
Yeah, I will send you some reminders. We'll have a meeting and talk.
And I'll have my other monitor up, so if you want to send me pictures or videos or anything like that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I just didn't have
Then.
time because I usually get off at 7, but I got off late tonight. So usually I have enough time to come home and set everything up. But tonight I didn't get home to almost 8. So,
Okay.
you know. But
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, well, then that's what we'll do. Joey Brown is my all-time favorite Viking. So I just wish we knew somebody who knew him so we can get him on. You know, that would. Oh my God, I'd be fangirl.
I want to say he resides here in Minnesota. Joey does.
We need to get JJ's publicist on here because JJ getting everybody.
Yeah, he did. He just had Harrison Phillips.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just had Harrison.
So, all right. Well.
No, stop. You want stories about Joe Cap? There's a lot of stories about him too.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. He's your favorite Viking as well. So yeah. Well, I mean, we can do that. We can do that as well. But I think we'll do like a late 80s, like 80 like what 87, like 88, 86 to like 90.
We could do a whole 80s because there really wasn't much. The 80s were probably, of all the turmoil decades of
Yeah,
Viking football, the 80s were probably the one where there was always news.
in the Mitch
Yeah.
Mass helmet jersey, the match
Yeah.
color.
Yeah, there was always news. So yeah, we could do that whole decade.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll do. That's what we'll do. We'll do 80s decade, but focus on the defense. Browner, Keith Millard, Dolman. You know,
Yep.
good. Their offense was not very good in the 80s. You had that one year where they were pretty good in 87. 89, I guess they were okay, but they really weren't that good in the 80s. It was mostly a defensive team in the 80s.
Hey Sarah, yes, we are on this Friday.
Yeah, and Sarah, I will send you the invite on X before the show starts. So you can join before the show starts. So, yeah.
Michelin, motion for life.
I just wish he would have played longer.
He failed his physical with us. Browner did. That's why we let him go. Denny let him go.
We've talked about we've definitely talked about every era. We've definitely talked about probably 90% of the greatest or the best known, most popular Vikings.
We never went into depth though about
We
like
never
Joe.
went into depth about individual players.
Yeah, we haven't done that.
Yeah.
So that's why there's always something to talk about when it comes to Viking history.
So, and
Um,
we can do a Tommy Kramer show too.
Yeah, that's out now. You want to talk about alcohol bringing out the best in people? Tommy played his best ball drunk or hungover.
Yeah. The stories.
Yeah.
I was telling you the other day that about, I want to say 7, 8 months ago, my wife had an eye appointment at the doctor's office, and I was wearing my Viking stuff. Lady comes up, taps me on the shoulder. She's like, "I taught Tommy Kramer everything he knows." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like showing me like her phone. She's got pictures of like her and Tommy when they were like teenagers and like hanging out. And she's like, "Yeah, see, here's me throwing the football. Here's me telling him about his stand. Like, there's literally a picture of Tommy standing there, and she's like moving his legs, moving his arm, like this is how you throw and stuff like that." She's like,
So she's the one that got him she's the one that made him an alcoholic.
so she's like, "I taught him everything he knows," you know.
Yeah. That explains a lot. Thanks, lady. Oh my God.
She's like, "He doesn't live here anymore." I know. She's like, "Yeah, that damn bitch took everything from him."
You know what I think? Oh, his ex-wife?
Yeah, she's like, "That damn bitch took everything."
Yeah,
from him."
she was
I'm sorry, but it's funny when like an 80-year-old woman goes, "Hey, that damn bitch took everything from him."
well, she was a Minnesota girl. Yeah, they were together. I knew her family. And when they got divorced, yeah, she wow, yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad.
But yeah, so we'll do that for next week. We'll get it all set up. We'll talk about stuff and see if Yogi can do it. See if Yogi can do it. If he can't, he can't. I know he's busy.
Yeah.
So that'll be next week's show, and then we have another show we can do, and then we'll talk about training camp stuff. History of training camp stuff before that. But like I said, we are going to be live on Friday. It's an open. Congrats to stuff. Yeah. Hope he enjoys his 21st birthday. So Friday is a free for all. We talk about anything. Anybody can join. It's an open invitation, open forum. Talk about anything you want. Who knows when it's going to end? It ends when it ends. But once again, thank you guys for watching the show. We appreciate everybody who's here.
Thank you again so much for the support.
Yeah, we really do appreciate it. So until next time,
Skull
Skull
Vikings.
Skull Vikings, let's win this game. Skull Vikings, honor the name. Go get that first down, then get a touchdown.